against Virtus.pro. And I guess, yeah, worth going back over this again. If you're just joining us, we did have a bit of an extended break getting ourselves into this, but both of these teams, or I guess rather say neither of these teams, qualified to TI, both dropping out in that lower bracket in their respective regions, as they were both kind of expected to make it there. VP have been the third best team in their region for quite some time and falling short against Liga team, while LGD lost out to Team Turtle, which was the old Somnus stack. The ex-LGD players kicked out the new LGD of this current TI, this iteration. So this is their chance now to really show their prowess, shine a little bit here at the Riyadh Masters, but you've got to get through the play-ins first.
You really do. And VP are doing an aggressive move here. We saw early smoke coming out for LGD, but it's a late smoke here for VP. Late smoke usually is when you're hunting for kills more so, and I'm a bigger fan of that, because it gives you more time to really hunt around the bounty rune spawn here. They do have vision, but they haven't seen anyone yet. So it doesn't look like we're going to have too much of a contest here on the first bounty runes. It's going to be a 2-for-2.
And that sentry ward just out of place. Not going to catch the observer on that radiant side. And we get ourselves the 2-for-2 bounty runes there. Kiritich, FNG, Wife Smile, and Shiro grabbing them up. Ember Spirit for Echoes. Up against the Squadix Templar Assassin. How does this lane go then? Because we talked about the kind of swap around of the TA potentially there. Is this good for Squadix?
Yeah, I mean, he's a very, very solid TA player, so he should be doing fine here. It's not a bad matchup by any means, but it's not amazing. But we can see him there patiently waiting to make sure he gets the Meld Strike, not getting juked by the Sleight of Fist. As long as he doesn't mess up on some mechanics, he should be doing completely fine on TA. But Ember, having that little bit of extra like free Flame Guard, you know, it's a nice buff to him in this matchup as well.
Yeah, because I guess the reason I ask that is, see PYW take a bit of damage there. Previously, it was this Flame Guard versus Refraction. Ember Spirit can do well there. But I remember at the Animajor, a few years back, Nothing to Say was Templar Assassin against an Ember Spirit, and he went this meld level 1, and he went into the river before creeps met, and he stood there, got 2 meld hits, and solo killed First Blood level 1 on the Ember Spirit. It looked incredibly good. And it's definitely outplay potential in this kind of lane.
You have to play a lot around your melds on TA, and similarly, Ember has to respect it. You can never allow the TA to get 2 melds in a row, because the minus armor does stack up. You take a ton of damage, but he's doing a good job right now on Echoes, just getting nice CS, so pretty even. Yep. Looking towards our side lanes right now, we do have pulls on LGD's safe lane here. They have the small camp.
He's in trouble up top. Concoction, not even needed. Might even go for the secondary kill. PYW should be able to get back to tower safety as FNG gets some good damage on him.
Yeah, we'll have to do a bit of a radio broadcast here for the game. It seems, okay, we're back in it. And yeah, we got a first blood there coming in. So good start for VP. Just got a little bit too far out, it seems, on LGD.
Good important kill down at bottom. Antares, man, Blood Grenade, the Swarm. There's a lot of very irritating things just being spread around by this LGD bottom lane.
I think LGD bottom lane is going really well, but similarly, you know, the top lane, like we saw with the first blood there, not something you expect from an Alchemist, who generally is a pretty greedy hero. Being able to get that first blood is very useful. I'm surprised they didn't go Fire Snap Cookie, by the way, against the Clockwork. Like, now he can't hop out. He's stuck here.
Yeah, he's trapped inside. FNG sets up the cage, Concoction with the Acid Spray, and another kill on that top lane as Alchemist is going to try and slip away from News Beastmaster here. The Hawk coming in onto FNG, so a turnaround from the Beastmaster. Try to kill off the Clockwork, not quite able to do it just yet, and FNG has barely survived. Bottom lane at the same time, Shiro dropped low, but will turn here onto Notice. Good God's Rebuke to push him back, and it looks like Shiro too afraid to stick around and play. Virtus.pro across these lanes looking pretty hot in game 1. Yeah, mid lane, is Squadix dying? He's trying to turn and fight. Oh, the Snapfire rotation helps out Echoes, gets the kill on TA, while bottom lane Noticed, again just being run at by Shiro's Weaver. Everywhere, there's action everywhere.
Yeah, they TP'd in to try and bottle refill. Didn't get the bottle refill, but got the kill instead. So even better there for PYW coming in and helping his mid laner. And that gives them a bit of advantage. Even the Beastmaster who died early on there, he's still at 21 CS now. So he's doing fantastic for himself.
Yeah, up at the top of the board. Incredible stuff.
I mean, he's skipping the cookie entirely here. But look at the damage he's doing with the... little shredder, really laying into this Clockwork. I think it's a worthy trade-off. He just has to be a little bit more careful not to get caught out of position like that.
Yeah. It's like glass cannon position for Snapfire.
It is, yeah.
Raw damage. I mean, we've seen this kind of build against the I don't know how to put this, but you know, the stuff on the floor kind of strategies.
Yeah,
you know?
soup build is what it's called. Yeah. You put the soup on the ground, yeah.
Well, notice, barely going to survive there. But yeah, you know, Plague Wards, the Swarm, Tombstone, Supernova, these kind of things. Go with that little shredder, makes sense. Yeah, definitely interesting to see it here in this one. I guess he can kill Cogs very quickly, just spam out against the FNG Cogs when he needs to.
I think it's also just adding up the damage. Beastmaster is a very physical hero. He has a lot of damage from the boars. He has a lot of auto attack damage. So getting minus armor as well is really useful. And he has beast mode as well, so he can unlock the inner beast to auto attack even faster. Bottom lane, trying to be aggressive under a tower here, not let the Mars get ECCS.
Yeah, things have flipped a little bit. Good early aggression from VP, good first couple of kills. But now we're looking at LGD leading the charge on that farm board across all three cores. Beastmaster having a very good time. Ember Spirit now kind of poking at Squadix, trying to get to that level 6, and of course the 6-minute rune going to be a very important point in this match, right?
Yeah, I think we're going to see all the supports rotate for it again, as per usual. We are at 5:20, so a little bit of time before they have to go. We already see Hoodwink start to migrate towards that mid lane, maybe get a ward set up.
I mean, noticed it. 18 last hits, really dragging his feet and maybe dying down at bottom as well. Why You Smile and Shiro get right on top of his head, kill him off. Final touch of damage out of the Treant.
That's a good recognition. Like, Hoodwink isn't there, so let's be aggressive and do something. And they get a kill, back out, and they're still getting so nice control in that lane.
Well, this new Beastmaster now, all the freedom in the world. And Tendon Eye is going to feel pretty good for him.
I would be concerned, yeah. He's getting close to, you know, his first component here, or getting close to, but he has Mana Boots already, which is the first component towards his build. Goes straight Agonist, of course, like we talked about.
Yeah. And this is that tempo factor, right? Mentioned it around the TA in general, but POW and Why You Smile have come up top, Cookie away from danger as New comes in from the back to deal with Antares. PYW and the Cogs trying to turn on FNG, but Why You Smile's going to die here as VP, they bring heroes to defend their Alchemist, hold back LGD's aggression.
That was a really, really important move, because that not only got them kills, but also allows the Alchemist to keep farming under tower here. You don't want that factory to stop the factory worker of Alchemist. He needs to get that gold, dude.
Yeah, right now he does not yearn for the mines. He needs a couple more levels before he goes into the outer ring of jungle.
Yeah, 10 seconds for the Wisdom Rune. We see Beastmaster helping out in controlling this one, so FNG just gonna run into a dead end here, I think.
Wait. Hold. Is he going to get there in time? Oh, the Hawk. Ah, yeah. You damn Hawk.
Yeah, not only the slow from, you know, the Scatterblast and the boars as well, but also the Hawk with the root. It's so obnoxious to get close to. And
Notice is just being perpetually bullied down his bottom lane. Trying to spear the Weaver away, but dead again. 2,500 net worth. Yeah, having a rough old time. Just coming back to that Beastmaster, though, you know, we mentioned in the draft that tempo, right? Beastmaster has been used quite often and to great success against Anti-Mage, Templar Assassins, some of these greedier core heroes. And this kind of situation, you know, you hit the nail on the head, right? Very good position for VP to defend. Make sure that tier 1 stays alive. So now at least you have, you know, the last bastion of defense in that top lane and the top jungle for your Alchemist to keep on farming.
Yeah, and let's not forget, VP are a team that also run Beastmaster. Like, Noticed is a very good Beastmaster player, so they fully know the potential of this hero and what they can do. So hopefully they also know how to stop it from getting out of hand here. Mid, TA, set up on a little bit, but gotta be safe. She has her trap as well.
Just throw some spells at her. Guard the rune here. As Echoes bottles up the invis.
That's 4 heroes going for the rune control there from LGD. They really value getting the rune control.
There's a lot of noise and nuisance on the map as well. Like, has VP had a chance to stack at all? You've got Alk and TA on your team, right? You want to build stacks.
They got 1 set of stacks on their Ancients right now in the big camp. So they have something, but they need more, right? Because both Alk and TA, like you said.
I mean, let's look at this. Ember Spirit gets a rune, gets active, and looks to kill off Antares here with a Remnant deeper. Not quite able to do it, though, and the Swarm will get taken care of.
Yeah, gonna be fine on Hoodwink. Have to scurry back to base, it seems. Maybe stick around, look for a stack before he pops all the way back. You do need to get these stacks bigger. Of course, at the same time, on LGD as well, they're stacking with the boar.
Oh, very nice. Oh, you've got to. You've got to try and accelerate this farm on the T8 some way, somehow. You know, the Alchemist will be given a bit of space up top to do that. And both teams building up some stacks, but a good diet center in that large camp will block some of it. Yeah, I don't know how you feel about this, but the vibe I'm getting, as noticed, looks like he's going to die again down bottom.
It's the same spot.
Was that the Snapfire's ulti is ice?
Yeah, he has the crazy cosmetic. It's so confusing.
Like, what is this? Is the Ice Shaman Ancient throwing ice bombs at people? No, it's PYW with the Morty's kisses.
The new CM ulti. Facet gives her more than her kisses.
Oh, the cookie on the creep. He gets in on top of FNG here. Swarmed up, Clockwork being chased down. Caught inside the root of the chains. Does Cogs up to try and escape. Another remnant forward, though. As Echoes, maybe a little bit too far. FNG with the bait. Clockwork has set this up. Ember Spirit doesn't get the distance. Dies in our arena. Great one. Two men caught up in a spear and got rebuke. Down they go. 3 in a row. Virtus.pro guard their ancients. And Shiro. Oh, we've got the Shikuchi, and it looks like the distance to get away, but great fight for VP.
That was exactly what their draft is aimed to do as well. Enable the TA, allow her to deal the damage. They have so many heroes to set up, and actually gonna prevent the DD rune here from Shiro. They deny that, trap him up as well to deal a bit of damage to him. Everything going their way there. Very nice reaction. Meanwhile, though, this is time that Beastmaster is completely uncontested, but, you know, Alchemist at the same time also farming. So, altogether, really nice stuff for them.
I can see that back, but FNG's baiting there, top notch. You know, dragging them all up to high ground, into darkness. No vision for LGD in this area of the map, so perfect vision there for VP to get their cores involved. Yeah. And that is going to be such a morale boost for Noticed as well. Because I was about to ask you about the vibes of this game, because it feels like everything has been comfortable for LGD and uncomfortable for VP.
Yeah, it was so important for him because his game was just really not coming together at all. But now that allows him to get his magic stick upgrade and get a soul ring for himself. He's still far off from a blink dagger. He's even considering going for a Yule Scepter first. But at least that was really big kill contributions that he had there and securing a teamfight win. Because otherwise, you know, he was 0-3. It was looking kind of rough.
I guess the Yule Scepter going to be handy against Weaver and Ember in particular, right?
It's setting up on those tricky heroes, like you mentioned. Allows you to get the spear combo on them. Can be really important versus an Ember, because that kind of prompts him to go for a BKB, something more defensive, so that he stays alive. What you don't want is the Ember going out of control, getting like Mage Slayer and Maelstrom and just going full aggressive items, because you need him to be forced to buy a BKB in this game.
Yeah, you get into a lawnmower mode with Ember Spirit. We don't have a Darkseer with the Iron Shell this game, but that was one of my old favorites, was the Treant Ember Darkseer. Just put stuff onto the Ember and get him going.
Yeah,
I guess you can
buff him.
Yeah, I guess with Yules you can dispel stuff off, right? Dispel Living Armor, dispel Flame Guard.
Yep. Yeah, it's very good here. Really, really nice against the Treant.
Was FNG baiting again? Being a cheeky devil, grabs the haste rune and runs away.
Doing a good job now controlling the 10 and the 12-minute runes here from VP. Their support's on point. I think it's so important in a game with TA and Ember. Runes are very crucial for the tempo of the game. Now TA, of course, going a little bit for a farming route at first, going for the Dragonlance, but she does have Blink online now. So 12 minutes, Dragonlance Blink, very good timing, and very ready to fight now. You might see him swing towards bottom. I think they're going to start looking to open up the map a bit. They lost their safe lane tower, so Alchemist, you know, still farming up there, but it's a little bit dangerous since he doesn't have TP support available.
Yeah, just look to get Noticed as involved as possible. You've got hook shot, you've got arena. And try and be aggressive whenever you can.
For now, they're still prioritizing stacking a lot, so even using FNG here in their own jungle to stack. We see TA clearing out the Ancients and does it in time to get a new spawn as well. And there we see the stack numbers. 6 stacks already by Hoodwink. Quite a lot.
Good job. And New going to clear out some for himself as well. And just thinking about we had a bit of time there to run some content as well. I know FNG had a short form interview with Purge. Talking about the journey through the TI qualifiers, falling short at that hurdle there. And FNG was saying, yeah, we kind of lost ourselves, didn't know what we were up to really. You know, playing Dota hasn't been a smooth ride. We had to have a few arguments, a few discussions to really kind of break into the practice that led up to this Riyadh Masters. first game as well. And, you know, they started off pretty strong. Draft looks good. Lane stage went decently. But I think that fight in general, you know, one of the points he made was we struggled to find the entry points in fights. You know, figuring out who our first point of contact is going to be, what the process is, what that kind of algorithm to follow. You know, who do we need to kill first? Who do we need to stop? It can be kind of difficult in the moment to figure out. So now it feels like, you know, VP so far, these first 15 minutes are definitely hitting their stride, getting into a groove.
Yeah, I think for now they're pretty happy just playing it slow and farming as well. They look from the perspective, we have Alchemist, we have TA, we're happy to just sit back and grow. But it's deceptively dangerous to just sit back against this Beastmaster building into the Aghanim Scepter. He will take over like the farm pace of the game pretty hard. And while your Alch is getting big, I think you need to turn that into something. The moment he hits BKB, he probably wants to fight. He is 1k gold away from it right now. TA is waiting for the 15-minute mark so she can buy her shard. Has the gold ready.
Ember Spirit slips away from a move mid.
Yeah, but
it's the move top. That's the big one as new smoke break. Cookie into raw, but he got off that chemical rage.
Yeah,
so Alchemist is now untouchable. Will turn with a concoction and TP rotations from the rest of VP. Hook shot from FNG. Mortimer's kisses. It's not lava, it's ice and frost trying to get turned around onto this clockwork to kill him off. Antares and Kiritich trying to open up on new, but this Beastmaster's so tanky. He's got his Aghanim Scepter. Doesn't give a damn. Maybe now, though, with Notice wrapping around all the way in behind, will get the Arena Spear down, and New finally dies. But this is given time, not only for Squadix to arrive, but also Echoes. This Ember Spirit, he is rooted for now, being controlled up. The Swarm is on a bunch of these VP heroes, but they're thinking about turning and continuing to fight. They've got 2 in a row already. Shiro and PYW might get caught up to here, as the Weaver wraps around onto the Hoodwink in the bag. A lot of poking and prodding from both these teams, getting some support kills.
Yeah, Weaver gonna get out of there as well. Seems like he's gonna be safe. No blink on the Mars just yet. Runs over a trap, but of course already in Shikuchi. Can't be silenced anymore. Gonna be out of that. Can't be slowed down, rather.
What was that? About 300 gold change, 400 XP change. So not a massive victory for VP. Just a little one. Definitely a statement, though. You know, everyone bringing numbers, having a 5v5 clash, and Beastmaster dying.
I think the important part is that you kept your Alchemist alive, right? That was an attempt at slowing down Alchemist's farm. It didn't work. Now they're on the front foot. They're going towards mid. Like I said, with this BKB, want to look to engage, do something, take over your opponent's side of the map. Even just walking in here, and he's farming the enemy Ancients now. This is speaking confidence for VP. And so far, it doesn't seem like there's any move to respond to that. Weaver doesn't have TP, even if he wanted to, so hard to go there and fight that BKB ready on Alchemist.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
It's going to be a tier 1. And maybe a move onto that Ember Spirit. They're trying to play bottom LGD, but Squadix has killed off the Ember mid. Was that a hook shot into Cogs into death?
Yeah, it was a trap silence first, and then they do a nice combo. The hook shot in, and then spear into the Cogs to combo the stun. So really nicely executed gank there. Good catch by FNG on the initiation of Squadix.
The vision battle here. High ground level for LGD, lane war for VP. FNG again trying to bait and draw the attention of LGD in area, but yeah, the rest of Virtus.pro realizing not really a fight they want to be taking in such an awkward position. Will retreat with the rest of them.
Gets a little bit of help.
Wasn't really close enough.
Killing the bug there. The Hoodwink gets to safety. Alchemist still saying, you know, okay, we ran away, but I feel pretty strong. He's pinging as though he wants to go and fight, but gonna go back and clear up, look for some tier 2 neutrals. He got himself the whip. See what they find on the other heroes. We got the Orb of Destruction on TA already. And they're going rogue.
The delayed chat wheel from Shiro. We missed the arena. Shiro's Weaver Shikuchi's away. And straight into Roshan.
This is a fast Rosh, but the good reaction as well by VP. They quickly read this and they rocketed it, so they have full vision. Are they in time though?
It's already dead. Aegis there for News Beastmaster.
They want to fight it.
Tanking now with 2 lives.
Oh my god, the courier train.
The angle, the courier squadron flying at the top. The Weaver's caught, stunned up, nearly dead. Oh my god, Shiro! No way! Finally falls. Looked like he might have been able to slip away, but it's now down to LGD to try and turn a fight around this Aegis of the Beastmaster. Antares on a beast things of health. Gets away from PYW. Squadix just opens up with the right-click damage. Now allowing Notice and Kiritich to get onto New. They pop the Aegis, kill the Beastmaster off, and while you smile left here, just a TP out after watching his entire squad die.
That's such a nice realization by VP that, okay, they got the Roche, but we're still in a very favorable position. They had high ground, they had vision down, and they took the fight in a really, really clean way. And unfortunately there for LGD, Shiro just getting a bit too far in when he doesn't have the Aegis. I'm almost a bit surprised they didn't give Aegis to a Weaver, but, you know, if the Beastmaster had it, he needs to be frontlining so that he's the first target.
I guess it was that, I don't know, misunderstanding of where the front line was,
Yeah.
right? Maybe expecting VP to come from the east, but they did the long move to come in from the south.
Yeah, good move by VP. Caught them away by surprise there for sure. And this, you know, these few good fights that they've had has really given them a bit of item advantage here as well, as the TA has full Deso coming out. The Alchemist with Blink. Here we see the wraparound again. Here we see the catch.
My TA just basically standing her ground and just right-clicking. You know, Squadix barely had to move.
Yeah.
The freedom when the TA isn't jumped on, doesn't really care about anything.
That's the little bit earlier fight, but yeah, it was really, really nice how they wrapped around there. But yeah, we got a bit of progression here. The Hoodwink, by the way, has the Atos and Javelin, almost has the full Gleipnir completed. Not too far.
And I saw TA had Deso, but I think the Courier got sniped out, so has to wait another
Oh,
little bit. Couple of mythical hammers over there. So it looks like it's Tormentor time.
Yeah, she's gonna need a little bit of help to take the Tormentor since she doesn't have the Deso. We see Clockwork coming in to help up with that. Has a salve for himself. And meanwhile, of course, Radiant as a team taking out the Tormentor as well, using the bugs of Weaver. I like the Snapfire Greaves rush in this game, by the way. I think it's pretty good. There's not that much to dispel, but the TA trap can be very crucial to dispel at times. And it's just a lot of armor as well against this double minus armor strat, plus the off-lane Mars, who, you know, has the God's Rebuke. It's pretty good here.
And yeah, I guess in that previous fight, we saw how close it got as well, right? With VP spending a lot of their initiation tools to get on this Weaver and kill him off. If there was that Greaves burst heal or that tankiness coming in, maybe could have survived, got a time-lapse off.
They want the Weaver. They're looking for it. He goes in, Shikuching. He's going to run up, though. He has a good read on the gank here. Mars might be in position to catch him, though.
Hello. Arena's there. Shiro trapped inside. God's Rebuke into Spear, and Kiratic's going to start opening up. There's another Shikuchi, the Yule Scepter into the sky. Noticed. Can they finish him off with a Radiance burn? Overtime. There we go.
Wow, that was close. There was actually no detection down as well, so if the Radiance didn't finish him there, he might have gone away. Very, very close, and good positioning by Mars, just standing and waiting there as the Weaver ultis back into him. And ulti on TA.
Bottom.
Not sure if that does anything.
But look at FNG. He saved the day.
Yeah.
Get down, Mr. President.
Yeah, good save there. FNG throwing his life so that TA may get away, disjointing the follow-up there.
Very nicely done. Well done.
Supports like that, that's what we need in the world.
FNG has had a cracking game. You know, thinking back to how VP have clawed their way back, you know, kind of punched back against LGD. That fight down at bottom Ancients where he dragged them in, the fight up at the top rune spot where he's just baiting, starting off team fights. Perfect Clockwork play from FNG so far.
I think right place at the right time for him, definitely this game. Good read on the game, and see if they have a good read on LGD making a smoke here. Looks like VP might want to smoke themselves the way they're grouping up right now. They just want to shove mid-wave and then they're going to smoke up. This is going to be two ships in the dark. Who will see each other first?
Well, VP know they're smoked. That boar in the mid lane gave them the idea, and now they'll jump onto While You Smile. From the cookie to the high ground, the hook shot, the angle, FNG right on top of PYW. New is going to BKB up. Sharpshooter lands on the Hoodwink on the snap in the back is the Treant. And he's being taken down quickly, but now the Templar Assassin has stepped too far forward. Squadix needs protecting. TA is down and out. They've killed her off. New gets the takedown.
Weaver's here now.
In trouble himself. This Alchemist is shredding through the Beastmaster, finishes him off. VP dropping low, and you're right, the Weaver has arrived. With Echoes, will take Kiratic out of the game.
Not over yet. The Ember going for notice.
Zipped right on top of him with the Remnant. Shiro gets the double kill thanks to the Swarm there.
Swarm last hits easy. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that fight start for LGD. That looked horrible. Treant gets jumped by an Alchemist immediately, but good Snapfire cookie save. And Weaver was still on top without TP ready, so I thought that would be a tough fight as they were 4v5 in the start. But they handled it beautifully there. Kite back and VP, they didn't really go on the same target. they spread out their resources a little bit too thin there in that fight. They didn't focus down on killing one guy. They were going for multiple kills at the same time, and I think that kind of bit them there.
Yeah, I was honestly struggling to watch. Like, are they going on the snap? Are they going on the Beastmaster?
Yeah, very
left
spread
or
out.
right? Or...
We might see a replay here. Yeah. So this is already a little bit after the fact as they are getting punished here for their engagement. But yeah, they're trying to brutally fight here in the arena, but it's not going to be enough. Weaver is too strong as he arrives here as well, full resources.
That is one of those things. You know, Alchemist can be a sustained fighter, can keep battering away at people, but the kind of team fight heroes for VP are very much one and done. They hookshot, they arena, they get involved. If LGD, and in that last fight they did, if they're able to kind of withstand that initial burst, that initial control, with the Greaves, with the time lapse, or just... Beastmaster still surprises me with how tanky he is, with his Aghanim Scepter BKB.
He's got the Vampire Fangs.
People.
It's the best tier 2 item. It's amazing for him. It's actually incredible how much impact it makes, because getting that 10% spell lifesteal when you have the Aghanims is really not a small deal. But yeah, he's a hard target to burst for sure. And we'll see another smoke gank here. VP not slowing down the tempo. They're looking to go south here, but there's still a tower at top as well, so it's a little bit awkward to go in here.
And the drums of Slum banging away. Jetpack from FNG trying to fly over the canopy and scout people out with the rocket flare, but the hookshot misses. New is safe to slip away as VP bring all 5 up here to break down that tier 1.
A rare miss there for FNG. They've been having a really good game, but yeah, not connecting. And Tara's still setting up from the side.
Hello. Okay,
Ooh.
the blink spear into lag F9. Snapfire might be in trouble here.
I think you sell that Snapfire right now. I think Why You Smile turns around and runs for his life. the action shot on the Snapfire. The poor snail.
I mean, honestly, pretty impressive. He's already put Solar Crest on the Snap. He can come in with a living armor, but yeah, I think
you're not coming into that fight. Your Weaver is mid, your Ember is safe lane right now, so that's just a pick off there. Nice double jump on that.
This is kind of a nice move from VP. Get a tier 1, a lot of damage on the tier 2, if not outright taking it.
They got the living armor.
Also...
They want to hold this. Don't want to lose towers when you have a treant.
But I guess the overarching thing here is 15 seconds until Roche Fast spawn, and it's nighttime, right? So VP want to be playing this top left corner with a TA on your team.
Yeah.
You want that Aegis.
You really do. Nice D-ward here. Gonna find 2 or 3 traps and double ward sentry combo there. Yeah, I agree. The top part of the map is the important place to play right now, so this puts LGD in a good spot to hold it. Alchemist did shove out bottom, and he can always use the gate to rejoin. We're actually seeing LG swing a little bit towards this mid lane here. And again, another smoke. This game feels like it's non-stop smoke ganks. How do they have this many smokes? I feel like they're burning through them.
That's insane. When FNG trying to shove out that top wave, Shiro gets on his tail, but a good wise TP gets him out of there. And you're right, LGD just coursing their way into that northern jungle, getting a ton of D-wards, limiting the vision on the map from VP. Yeah. And a great spot here to jump with that deep ward.
Good wraparound here to make sure they set up this tier 2 tower push, making sure that there's no defense coming in. There's Glyph though, and maybe they want to go around. Notice actually gonna snipe out the courier for Weaver here. Just the clarity, nothing crucial.
Ember, and a bit of a poke. Gleipnir and Bushwhack. Thrown at the Weaver there. They're
just buying all the time they can for Alchemist to keep farming and for the TA to build up as well. TA has a full BKB now, so she's ready for this Roche fight, which is going to be very decisive. If that's even where the fight is going to take place. Move coming down bottom.
It's a reasonably long Roche spawn, right? Like 2.5 minutes at least.
Yeah, but the teams don't know it. We already see VP spamming the rockets, trying to scout it. And they know it could spawn at any second, so they need to stay ready. They need to stay in position to contest this.
LGD in the driving seat. VP right now, the kids in the back of the car. Are we there yet? Is Roshan up yet?
By the way, I think
LGD just...
Alchemist purchased himself the Shard as well, so he has a Dispel now against the Searing Chains or the Treant. It's a very good game for the Shard. Good recognition here.
He turns off his Radiance as he tries to stand and wait to see who comes around the corner. BKB out from Echoes early. Gleipnir onto Noticed. Charging into the backlines here as Antares nearly just dies straight up. Arena's there on the Weaver though, and they kill off Shiro.
He's back in.
Straight up. Double buyback to rejoin the fight. New standing with BKB.
Oh no, Shiro.
TA and Alchemist, but
He
Shiro
didn't
dying a second time. He dies back. And now VP have free reign in this fight. Charging forward with Kiritich. Squadix can come back in with some meld strikes, minus armor onto New. He's a tanky fella, this Beastmaster, though, and he's turning and fighting, destroying Squadix. What are these fights? Kiritich now is the one in trouble.
Oh,
he's
Mars is here.
But Noticed re-arrives. Ember will zip-zap Remnant away. PYW gluttonyed up. Cookie off to safety for now. You'll scepter back into the sky, though. And it looks like this Snapfire going to come down with a thud. Virtus.pro punch back. The die back on the Weaver, a big deal. But that fight was crazy.
That was so crazy. So many things going on there. Double buyback in the end for VP. So they spend a little bit more, but that dieback on Weaver is painful, man. He used the ulti to get back in, time-lapsing in. This is a classic old Envy clip if I ever saw one. And yeah, that's going to give them a free chance to take Roche here. No real way to contest it. 40 seconds on your carry still. Alchemist will be so happy to get an Aegis on himself as well, so he can lead the way. That's what you want on carry Alchemist. You don't want to go in late into the fight. You want to be the one jumping in and starting it. Here we'll see it again. The quick recognition, though, from the Mars ulti setting up on the Weaver here. We'll see it in a second. There's the spear. Now they immediately jump with the TA and the Alch. So good communication between the core players there, seeing a chance and just taking it to kill the Weaver.
Oh, back to life. Notice dies. Roared up and killed.
It's also
and VP did kill that Roshan and got the Aegis for Alch.
It's also a dieback, so 90 seconds on him. Long time without him coming back. Gleipnir does find FNG.
Find the clockwork with that Observer Ward. Nice couple of snipes there. I mean, it felt like whoever takes Roshan loses the fight immediately after.
Odd results here, and now even though you have Aegis and Cheese, you have 2 heroes down, so it's actually going to be LGD looking towards that mid tower potentially and extend their advantage in the towers. They're already up by 1 tower, could maybe make it 2. All their tier 2 towers intact. TA has a DD rune. She's looking to maybe punish the Snapfire here. It's very dangerous though. If she goes, Beastmaster will be there in a second.
New is ready and waiting. Crimson Guard up.
I mean,
I was asking for a long time where this item has been, and we saw, you know, Clockwork in particular. Of course, FNG has won this game, but we saw a lot of players and teams kind of toying with the idea on Centaur, on Beastmaster, especially against a lot of these physical damage drafts.
The Crimson Guard, yeah, it's rising in popularity a lot. We see it picked up not only on course, but also like in this game on the support Clockwork. It always feels good to be allowed to go Vanguard, you know, as well.
Oh, why you smile?
Okay. Looking for a deep catch here. I mean,
he scouted the Alchemist. Some damage is coming his way. Half HP Kiritich. Concoction is going to clip himself.
Beast in trouble.
Hang on a second. Is he in trouble? Beastmaster trapped in the cogs. Squadis comes in. Alchemist still up and running with his BKB going, and use the one to die.
They gotta get on right now.
Oh, what an arena! The huge arena sadly catches the Snapfire with a spear. Would have loved the Ember Spirit here, but the BKB remnants away gets Echoes out of here. Shiro Shikuching away. And Virtus.pro again just holding their ground, marking their territory and saying, LGD, what are you doing?
I think VP are probably confused by that one. They got initiated upon between their tier 2 and tier 3 tower when they have Aegis and Cheese, and they had the respawn in 5 seconds on Mars there. So LGD, they were trying to make a timing play with 1 hero being down, but the respawn was way too close there. So they're probably lucky they only lost 2 heroes, to be fair. The Weaver and the Ember showing their, you know, slipperiness getting out of that fight.
Yeah, I guess the big idea there is, you know, similar to the Zeus ulti after the Tormentor, right? Why you smile, Tormentor dies, and he's like, this is our chance. There's going to be low HP heroes here. But it was just a TA and the Alchemist, you know, full HP untouched by the Tormentor.
There's no real attrition taking a Tormentor when you have TA and Alch. That's very easy. And similarly, we see no real damage being taken here by LGD. Can take it pretty fast.
Tier 2 down bottom. FNG's got himself a gem to hand over to Noticed. Abyssal Blade for the Alchemist, Blink Dagger for the Beastmaster, and now an MKB for the Weaver, and a Shiver's Guard for the Ember Spirit. It's all clicking into place for both sides now in terms of big item pickups.
I also think the Lotus Orb on Mars just finished up recently as well, so him having that is a pretty good one in this game. Again, you want to have a lot of dispels against the Treant and the Searing Chains from the Ember Spirit. Both of them are so hard countered by dispels. And interesting interestingly, the TA also did go for the Refraction Dispel talent in this game, which is, you know, useful, but definitely nowhere close to as good as the Meld Dispel was in the past. Now it's a lot longer cooldown. You can't really hold up Refraction to, you know, be ready to Dispel. That means you don't have Refraction shielding you.
See, this is one of the reasons why I can't play Warlock in real games anymore. Everyone has a freaking Dispel, man. Dispel talents, Dispel from Greaves and Lotus Orbs, and Fatal Bombs don't do anything anymore.
Yeah. I mean, the second Lotus Orb is just 80 gold away, like our observer showed us there. The Antares Hoodwink Lotus Orb coming in a second. So not going for the Daedalus full greed carry Hoodwink style. He's aware that getting more protection, more layers of protection here for the team is probably more important.
The big middle finger to the Treant.
Yeah.
Get the hell away from my call.
I mean, also Beastmaster. How do you ulti anything if there are two Lotus Orbs being cycled back and forth? It can be very, very hard to initiate.
40 seconds remaining on the Aegis. VP just channeling this energy down the top lane. While LGD getting it, start filtering back. They had a bit of a push down in that bottom spot, but they've got to contend with Kiritich for this Chemical Rage going. We'll bring all their numbers back to defend.
This Alchemist's just gonna walk away. He's feeling pretty good having his 3 different dispels available to himself. His ulti, his Berserk Potion, and the BKB in worst case scenario. That's without his allies helping him. And LGD, a little bit struggling now on the map to get things done. They're still, you know, in a decent fighting shape. They have a lot of things that are scaling. This MKB on Weaver is huge for them. So now he can finally actually do decent damage to the Alchemist. The mischance otherwise was screwing him up.
Yeah.
But they need to get out on the map and be able to make moves. Right now it's VP again, looking to go in with a smoke.
Severe lack of vision, right? Both teams have gems. There's one ward behind tier 2 bottom lane and one ward down on that bottom side of the Radiant.
Weaver
side of the
could
map.
get jumped here.
Shiro, Yules, thinking about it with a spear. Concoction's here, but the BKB's up. Weaver protected, will turn now with the Gleipnir on the chains. Kiritich has to use his own BKB, but the Overgrowth comes, holding them in place for now. VP towing that line, not going too far forward, but a roar from New will set up for a kill onto that Mars at last as FNG tries to get out of the jetpack. It is full retreat mode now for VP though, 2 heroes down. Ember Spirit trying to catch up to the Hoodwink. Gleipnir there on the Alchemist, that's huge. He finds the catch on him and Kiritich is just stranded. No way to run, has to try and stand and fight, but surrounded by 5 members of LGD, just crumbles.
This is where LGD's lineup really shines. They're so good at catching people with the Gleipnir on Ember as well. If they get the first pick off, everything kind of just falls from there. And I think there was a bit of a miscommunication on the first jump there. They jumped the Weaver. When the Yules comes out, that means Weaver can always BKB react. So they just wanted to poke and force the BKB, but Alchemist jumped in and he kind of overcommitted there, putting his team in a hard spot.
Super eager to kill off that one hero that maybe wins them the fight, but now we're looking at Barracks falling.
So fast push.
Throw.
It's all going down very quickly here. Mid lane definitely to fall. They're gonna take out the range racks first here for the glyph reset, not to prevent them. And then they go to top.
Up we go. And 40 seconds, no Alchemist.
That's a long time. No buyback available. He's missing 500 gold and he has a cheese and backpack worth 500 gold, Gary. Sadly, he can't sell it right now.
Oh, that's rough, isn't it?
Yeah. Should have been a dairy farmer. Could have sold it.
Difficult. That goes. Keeping him at bay as well. Not much here. Notice an FNG can do.
The Crimson Guard is really doing a lot to prevent the push here, though. Slowing down the tempo. No, it's down, though.
Yeah, once that dissipates, easy pickings there for LGD. Get the melee racks and run away. And I've held my tongue for a long time, Wagga, because it is a contentious point about Alchemist and his inflation. You know, that net worth difference. 28k looks pretty good, but are we now at the point where we've kind of hit late game and is that net worth difference meaning that much?
Yeah, this is where we can definitely say that Alchemist, you know, he's a strong hero. Oh, wait, hold up a second. They're jumping the Clockwork here. Another good Blink Roar. They find the kill using the Snap ulti as well to scout a little bit. I don't think they're gonna go in for more immediately, but another pickoff keeps VP on the back foot. And like you said, you're not strong enough pound for pound here compared to what the Weaver can do. The similar net worth would be way stronger on a harder carry hero for sure.
Weaver is stacked now.
This also feels awkward because your next item in Kiritich here is looking to be overwhelming Blink, and I'm not just I'm just not sure that overwhelming blink is going to make him a threat here. I feel like Bloodthorn is usually a crucial item on Alchemist, but if you go for Abyssal, if you go for this build, you can't really fit it into your inventory. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure if the itemization is the problem or the play, but it feels like Heretic is going to struggle to carry this one from this point.
Yeah, let's get these initiations perfect. Again, this is like this entry point to the team fight is so important for VP to have that vision of a key target, to layer on these stuns and team fight abilities.
Yeah.
And to be able to blow them up with a kind of overwhelming damage. But we're getting to the point now where, you know, potential for LGD to go for this next Roshan. Buybacks. With a big fight, it's going to matter a lot.
We do see some big levels coming up as well. The TA hit her level 25, so has the Refraction Charges talent. Not going for the Meld Bash, even though Refractions was nerfed. You know, it's always worth considering nowadays, especially against a Weaver and Ember. I think you could make a strong case for the Bash in this game as well, just for even more lockdown. But we also have level 25 coming up soon for the Ember. He's just one creep wave away from his 25, so to be quite a lot stronger as well. We'll see if he goes for the Sleight of Fist or the Charges. I have to imagine Charges here. He doesn't really have a good damage build. He goes Sleight of Fist, so he wants the double slide here.
It can be super annoying. Just like having blinks being cancelled non-stop, scouting in the trees.
I mean, Sleight of Fist was also buffed with a double hit on the most adjacent target. It's a very good one.
Yeah, people dogpiling on you, suddenly double tapping them. But this is going to be the most important part of the game now, especially for VP.
We're back to Rosh.
2 melee racks down. Yeah. Back to Roshan time, yeah.
It looks like, oh, big move down to bottom. They're saying if it doesn't spawn within the next few seconds, they can't take it in time. We go bottom, control bottom. This is a huge decisive move, but quickly, LGD hop through the portal.
Off we pop. Down
They're here in time.
We go. Oh.
That was an important moment there. If LGD didn't portal quickly down, then VP could have set up shop down here. But now LGD's still in a good position.
Yeah. Back to Roshan time, yeah.
It looks like, oh, big move down to bottom. They're saying if it doesn't spawn within the next few seconds, they can't take it in time. We go bottom, control bottom. This is a huge decisive move, but quickly, LGD hop through the portal.
Off we pop. Down
They're here in time.
We go. Oh.
That was an important moment there. If LGD didn't portal quickly down, then VP could have set up shop down here. But now LGD's still in a good position. They have the high ground. They are controlling the portal. As long as you sit on this high ground of the portal, you usually have a pretty easy time taking team fight out of the field.
Yeah, it's when you come down to the low ground plateau, get into the swamp, you know, you get a little bit bogged down and stuck with the 3, 4 staircases.
Yeah, it's all about those little vision advantages here and there, you know. High ground is so crucial in Dota for initiations.
Rocket Flare giving that vision to VP right now. Ember Spirit trying to clear wave and scout out anyone lurking in the shadows. Also
scouting out smoke rotations, right? Because if you Sleight of Fist in, you're actually there with your physical body as an Ember, so you can break smokes by Sleight of Fisting on a creep wave. It's a good little move, just make sure nobody's walking in on you. And
a bit of dewarding as well.
Very tentative teams here. Rosh is eager. He's waiting. He's like, guys, I'm here. I got 3 items for you. Who's gonna fight
Boy,
me?
howdy. Would Roshan love a team fight on his doorstep?
Yeah. He's looking for some bastards.
This VP smoke wraparound. We're going to get there in time. It looked like they were going much deeper, but they're going to angle in towards Why You Smile. They'll find the Treant here and blow him up quickly. Now, though, LGD coming back in. The hook shot great from FNG. Traps 2 of them with the arena down as well. The Ember Spirit, he's down to half HP. Stays alive, though, and now back on the Kiritich. This Alchemist
has cheese.
struggling to stick on a target, but he has cheese. Back to full HP.
Oh, he's still dying. Oh, my God.
Disappears. The Weaver with this little shredder and a Snapfire. The minus armor galore. And Virtus.pro meet their match. The brick wall of LGD down near this Roshan.
So good by Why You Smile standing there in smoke break position. Sure, he dies in like a split second there on Treant first, but he had buyback, so he wanted to be the first point of contact. He understood perfectly. If they go on me, we get the vision, we can take the fight in a way that favors us. And what looked like it could maybe start out in a decent way for VP, and perhaps they could turn around with the cheese. We saw the continuous damage there. Look at the Snapfire damage output in that fight. Absolutely ridiculous.
Insanity.
Yeah.
Most damage in the team fight.
Absurd, actually. He has the multi-shot on the little shredder. So he's ready to shoot those little bullets at everyone. Of course, has a Gleipnir, so he can proc a lot. And, of course, the Mindbreaker is absurdly good on Snapfire. Really big neutral.
I see that additional magic damage, yeah. You got a hoodwink with Acorn shot. Oh, I'm a Snapfire. I've got bigger talents than you.
Yeah, it really does.
Steal the Tormentor there.
Really setting up next to a tower. Gonna give a tap over to Shiro. She has Ancient Guardian, so it's pretty hard in base here.
And of course, this Weaver, the one with the Aegis, is the Ember Spirit. Remnants and clips onto this hoodwink.
Gleipnir is annoying. 10 seconds on her.
Oh man, I mean, they do have one range barracks top at least, but in comes New roaring up, catching the Mars, the second roar, in we go on the TA as well. FNG trying to save the day, but Squadix almost just dying to the Snapfire there. Gleipnir out of PYW, Overgrowth's a good one there for Why You Smile. They'll turn around and finish up the buildings. That's what they came for, claim their prize. Melee racks down, Glyph up for the top lane as well as they push in multiple sides. And Virtus.pro now looking at dealing against mega creeps with a clockwork down, 6 lives on LGD plus buybacks. This might just be it. Shiro, a lot of damage on that Weaver, but Virtus.pro struggling to really strike back here.
They can't really get a hold of them here. Tia has so much damage, but they can't really lock down one target that easily. No clockwork. Gotta find some way to initiate here, but how do you go with the Aegis and Weaver? Everyone else can just sit safe. I think it's a tough one.
Yeah, I mean, they were hoping for a Daedalus for this hoodwink as well, but Courier is sniped, can't get that out in time. The Gleipnirs, just being spammed with roots over and over again. Interesting cookie interaction with a sleight of fist, but they blow up the TA, dead for 100 seconds. Alchemist, he can get it on top of PYW, who has been the pest and nuisance in these fights. I don't know if he can finish her off, though. Snapfire, healing back up, the Greaves, the heals, the Living Armor comes, and GG is called. LGD take game 1 in a back-and-forth barn burner of a match. Incredible stuff, defeating the Kiritich Alchemist. And Squadix TA just falling short.
That was a very nice game played by LGD. There were moments where it looked a little bit shaky, and VP definitely had their spots in. Oh yeah.
Still some big stuff here. It looks like a big smoke from LGD. 5 members all smoked up. That's led to the Tusk PYW going for an early observer ward over in that northern jungle. Not blocking the camp, but a nifty little spot there to watch. Bounty rune rotations, maybe moves around the jungle there.
It's
and
also
another delayed smoke from VP.
It's also checking what camp there is, right? So he's not blocking the camp, but he's watching what creeps are there. So because he's playing with Doom on his team, so now they can maybe find themselves a good creep over there if there's no good creep nearby. And like you said, it also will spot out rotations for the runes. I kind of like this ward. It's also very, very unlikely to ever be dewarded. Like, who's gonna put a sentry that covers that?
Absolutely no. I mean, if there's anybody, it's FNG. He's going to run around with 6 entry wards.
Yeah, he just like slamming them down. Also likes doing his research, so maybe that's why we see some creative wards here.
The battle begins.
Yeah, Ricochet 2 over on a Snapfire. A buckshot. Whenever Snapfire glances or misses an attack, 2 Ricochet attacks will bounce towards nearby enemies. I feel like I've only seen full bore on,
this is
support snap.
Very odd for support snap. Like, yeah, I mean, it has to be intentional, but it's always full bore. But he was locked on full bore during the pick phase and swapped it to this, so he didn't forget or anything. This is his choice. So he's looking more to scale and do the damage. Maybe inspired by last game where we saw the Snapfire do a lot. This is a bit greedy though, giving up that long range initiation with the Q. I feel like it's insanely good to have that, you know, better power shot essentially.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's a misclick, maybe it's intentional. We'll see. Maybe, like you say, maybe just seen that Snapfire pop off. We'll have the Gleipnir queued as a rushed first item for FNG or something.
Yeah.
As PYW are going to drag the wave. The sentry ward down in that small camp, blocking it up very nicely. Yeah, Kiritich can't quite drag the Radiant Wave in towards it.
Successfully pulling the creeps and just gonna go between the tier 1 and tier 2 tower, it looks like, and get some denies over there. This is a problem for them. Good stuff.
I've only just realized Kiritich's tag, Miracle Matumba.
Yeah.
as his clan tag there. So a bit of pulling leaves New all alone up top. So the wave meeting in between the tier 1, tier 2 there. FNG guarding, pushing back the Doom.
Yeah, we haven't spoken too much about the other lanes, but looking at how things are going right now on mid lane, we got 5-1 for the Ember, 6-1 now versus the 7-2 on the Dragonite. So Dragonite should be a bit favored in this lane, I feel. It's a pretty straightforward lane. You just CS. Whereas the Ember has to work a lot with his Flame Guard to do damage to the Dragon Knight, if ever.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. Two or 3 weeks ago, I would have said this is like DK 90 to 10% on Ember Spirit, as we do lose Antares down at bottom. Rubik gets caught up by this magic missile, Fiery Spirits nonsense.
It's a strong safe lane coming out from LGD. Whenever you pick carry bench, you know, it's not the most standard carry hero, but she is very, very good as a laning carry. And, you know, the BAT is good. Top lane FNG doesn't have a point in Cookie yet. He needs experience.
Oh, the shards trap him inside as the Infernal Blade with the damage over time.
And now a creep dies. If that creep died earlier, he would have had level 2. He could have jumped out. It all comes down to the details here.
That's upsetting.
Mid lane, a lot of flaming damage here onto the Dragon Knights, but he's gonna be completely fine. Just going for a double bracer strat here.
Yeah, I mean, these LGD cores are going to be so tanky. DK with double bracer, we know that, well, that's all about. The Vengeful Spirit, I think she's having the second bracer delivered quite shortly, so Shiro is going to be untouchable in that bottom lane. So far, Why You Smile's done a good job just sitting back behind the Venge, guard these waves, grab the Lotuses.
Yeah, LGD get both the Lotuses. I'd be happy. Well, actually, sorry, they didn't get the top one. DP got it.
Noticed.
Oh, going on the Rubik. Antares in trouble.
The aggression onto Rubik. Yeah, Antares trying to lift back the Phoenix. Does buy a bit of time for himself here. I'll turn on to Notice with some good damage out of the Phoenix and the Vengeful Spirit. And no kill, but definitely putting them like within that threshold. If they go again, VP die for sure.
I like the choice to always play aggressive on this lane. When you have the Vengeful, look at her just laying in the damage to the Underlord. Underlord hero does really well in this patch, but usually doesn't lane up against the Venge. I think this can be a tough matchup for him.
Why am I against a ranged hero? What's going on? I do lift the Venge into the Firestorm with a Blood Grenade there. Drops Shiro reasonably low, but has a couple of stick charges and a Healing Lotus to fall back on.
No point in Pit of Malice yet, of course, so can't really lock him in place. Antares gets caught by the stun.
Caught up in all the kobolds, stunned up and being burnt down with the Fiery Spirits, and Why You Smiled, Blood Grenade didn't finished off by Notice, so at least a trade.
He does go down, so Notice gonna be happy getting that. That kill also gives a lot of damage to him, so...
All the shards top. Beautifully done. Good Cookie there to buy a bit of time. The Snowball, though, to turn around onto Kiratich. TP rotations coming in for VP. They haven't killed the bear. Ursa turning now to try and deal with PYW, but he gets too aggressive. Killed off. Trade 1 for 1. The Ursa dead, though, for this Tusk kill, and now they desperately need to kill off New.
Oh,
Antares has moved up here.
Very nice catch there. And, yeah, good rotation by Antares coming up top. Why You Smile's diving in.
Continues. Now the Phoenix has arrived. What, level 2 Fiery Spirits? Yeah, monumental damage out of this Phoenix. Enough to take down the Rubik and finish him off.
Oh no, that's really painful for him. That was a TP out for him right before he died, so he has to do a walk of shame here. He does have enough money for boots though, courtesy of getting the kill on Doom, so he's going to be able to run down to a lane, and looks like he immediately has to go help bottom, I think.
Yeah, Shiro, double bracer, raindrops magic wand, and Notice is like, please, I'm trying to buy the same items as you. I've got double bracer as well.
I mean, she's got the same damage as Underlord right now. That's a lot of damage on a ranged hero. You know, ranged melee hero. She's both. The wonders of playing Venge. You get benefits of both.
Is it going to be the same itemization I mentioned earlier on? The kind of Agnum Scepter, Manta style kind of deal?
I think so, yeah. Very commonly. We see Ursa jumping in on Doom.
Yeah, Phoenix is here to give a bit of backup. No Sunray, just all raw damage from Why You Smile, but he's going to meet 3 members of VP now. As Antares is yet again showing his face up top to try and kill him off, but the Ursa dies in the meantime. Why You Smile trades that 1 for 1, and VP, they've lost themselves again.
Yeah, they have gotta find themselves here, like FNG was talking about, and bottom. A little bit of a fight for a Lotus here. Lotus is gonna get it. They've been left 1v1 mid lane. PYW is just bullying Squadix right now, chasing after him, trying to control Rune. At least Squadix did get the illusion. Mid tower falling very quickly here.
Yeah, now you're just contending with a Dragon Knight in his ulti form, right? Catapult wave.
There's not much you can do.
Breath.
That tower is dormant.
Try and deny.
Okay, nice deny.
Dire's middle tower has
The little victories, Waga.
Yeah,
just little.
This also means the Dragon Knight is going to be happy to immediately leave this lane and go somewhere else.
Oh, man. noticed. Burnt alive down bottom. Swap will secure the deal. A TP coming in from FNG, not going to accomplish anything except maybe get the Wisdom Rune.
Again, alone here.
I think snowballed on, yeah. New and PYW on his tail.
I think he wanted to sneak in for the Wisdom, but they realized that, caught him as he was walking up the stairs early on the way there. So get the kill and get the Wisdom. 1-for-1 on the
I was going to ask, like VP basically tri-laning for the past couple of minutes, right? Is this just down to Kurtic having a really bad time?
I think they realized that they can't do anything bottom, I guess, but now bringing everything bottom, and that should be enough to bring down the Venge.
Oh, finally, kill off Shiro and get the bonus kill on this Phoenix as well, but he dives away, a bit of distance there. Dragging the creep camper along with him. Fadebolt in 5. Firestorm is ready now, but he's under his tower.
He's going to be fine. He's going to get out of that. He's very low HP. This is the prime time to jungle, Phoenix. You have Dying Light maximum trigger here.
Just smoke yourself up and go and burn them.
Kurtic taking a lot of damage during this, though. The Scorched Earth, he might be in trouble here. This Doom is running after him.
The Frost attack? The Frost attack from Doom. Infernal Blade, Scorched Earth, the damage of the Tyrant's there. They brought the that Underlord up top with a gate. FNG trying to arrive. They Doom up Ember Spirit now, though, and the cavalry's arriving from the eastern side. Tusk is coming in. Cookie forward. Should kill off the Doom here. Snowball looked like it saved him, but he dies, falling flat on his face as PYW might just have to sacrifice him here for the greater good. And tries to kill off FNG here with the Fiery Spirits, and the damage from the Phoenix doing a hell of a lot. Diving forward. PYW still alive. Ember has to remnant forward just to try and secure this kill on a support. Well, Antares will blow up the Phoenix. Another remnant required, but they get the job done in the end.
And a haste rune as well being secured for the Ember, so getting everything that he wants here. Really, really huge stuff for him. And meanwhile, we don't really feel the impact of the Dragonite as he's, you know, taking the time to go in and steal some enemy camp, but not really activating the same way Ember did here. Of course, Dragonite a little bit slower until he gets that Blink Dagger, but if he had ran to that fight, I think he could have had some big impact.
Yeah, probably could have just swept it. Get a good couple of kills there. It looks like slow and steady for Echoes. Like you say, get that Blink Dagger up and running as the Dragon Form does expire. But again, similar to Game 1, it's felt like LGD very much comfortable in their moves. Even if they've lost a hero there, it's all been kind of calculated. While VP, you know, on the run. PYW. And that replay back to watch him die to the Ember Spirit, who had to spend a lot of remnants. And in real time, PYW is like dragging wave and making things nasty for the Ursa. They kicked Kurtic out of lane completely.
Yeah, Kurtic is not having the start that he needs. I mean, sure, you could say that the Doom isn't too happy either, but your Ursa is falling a little bit behind. He does have Cornucopium coming in, so he'll be fine, I guess. Rotation.
A lot of TPs top from both teams. The gate onto Shiro, the Pit of Malice, and the Kisses blows up the Venge. The rest of them arriving to take down Antares. And a dive forward, the Phoenix with a Supernova. FNG's going to turn with a little Shredder, try and kill off the egg.
They're stopping him.
He's being dealt with. One more hit left and get the kill on the snap before the egg lands. The gate there allows the Fiend to escape as well.
Oh, so close right there. That was spooky stuff. Good amount of stun and control there, holding him in place. And in the end, it works out for LGD. It looked a little bit spooky there as they lost their carry immediately in what was a pretty selfless swap onto the Doom. But they come in big. Fantastic egg there by Wow You Smile. And now
VP still struggling to get this Ursa into a playable state.
I mean, we haven't really talked about it so much, but they have managed to take out every single tower now on the side of LGD. The tier 1 towers are all gone for VP, and they haven't taken a single tower themselves. They have, in fact, not even touched the bottom tower a single time. So, a little bit scary for them getting boxed in here.
I mean, yeah, for all intents and purposes, they are 3 full HP tier 1s.
They
right
are,
there.
yeah.
Untouched completely. And now this is the scary part, because you've got to kind of just wait for the Ursa to get Battle Fury, then the +1 item. It doesn't feel like he's going to be massively involved in any of the next moves. So game plan is play around Squadix, I assume?
Yeah, play around Ember, try and utilize your Underlord ulti a lot. 20 seconds for that one. They've been doing a good job of getting noticed involved with the ulti, just TPing in and being part of the fights. But yeah, you have to start mobilize around the Ember a lot. And that puts weight on his shoulders because he doesn't have an item yet. He has opted to go Mage Slayer first item, but he doesn't have the full thing yet. So kind of hard for him to be the tempo setter when he's competing with a Dragonite who already has his Blink.
Yeah, And Echoes is smoked up as well, looking for that immediate jump.
That blink.
Dragon form popped, Squad X mid, Sleight of Fist used.
He's thinking about
Holding.
it, but they don't have the best kill. And there's a shield rune too, so there's no way they're killing him here.
Yeah, just irritate him, get up in his face, but Dragon Knight, look, he's just disappearing. Snowball save required, but now you're in the pits of malice. Gets dragged over the cliffs and off to safety, but Dragon Knight's still being hounded here. In comes the Phoenix and News Doom looking for the Ember Spirit, but he zips out with a Remnant to safety now.
Wow, what a
Underlord and
save.
Rubik, they're the ones probably in trouble as the Supernovas drop. They get the kill, and PYW, man, the tip's well deserved here for this Tusk as he tries to continue. Things about the shards and the move forward.
That was crazy good. The snowball onto the creep keeps running to safety, and then they just barely managed to get the Dragon Knight out of there. That was so close to him going down. Ember even committing in a bit, but doesn't want a full dive for it. Didn't have enough remnants, he felt, to continue and chase that. And again, that's the thing, right? If he had an item by now, if he had Mage Slayer, probably that would be enough damage. They were just missing a little bit more damage to bring down the Dragon Knight, so mobilizing around the Ember can be hard.
Or if they had a 5th hero.
Yeah, you know, that would be useful as well. Thus, the Venge has shown very clear intentions of being part of these fights, whereas the Ursa is just looking for a safe place. As I say that, though, he is moving towards this.
New gets caught mid TP, and there we go.
5th
Ursa
hero
involved.
unlocked.
Hell yeah.
That's gonna push him a little bit closer towards his Battle Fury, not too far away from it. You still see Radiant leading the way in net worth on the Dragon Knight and the Venge, but Ursa is not too far behind along with Ember.
Radiant are scanning.
And the Doom is going to more than catch up as well. Level 3 Devour has Hand of Midas. Now, have you seen anything interesting with this Devil's Bargain?
Nothing yet. I'm keeping an eye on him. I mean, the only thing is that he bought a Midas, so he can at some point sell that. But Doom players don't really sell Midas until they're like 6 slotted. So we'll see. I don't know. Sell Quelling Blade for a little bit extra. That's not really value though. Yeah, I've been wanting to see more like double bracer stuff from Doom.
Right.
Selling that to replace them later on. I feel like that's the kind of possibility for it. Because otherwise I don't really understand the reasoning for going Devil's Bargain. Especially as your buyback does become 15% more expensive in late game. That can be really detrimental.
It can, yeah, for sure. I think that I think it was JT who was like buying Midas and selling it and then buying it again, you know, kind of cycling through the Midas to try and use it and get through it. But the only kind of interesting one was I saw Doom with, I'm trying to remember if it was 4 or 5 braces. You said the double bracer build, but he bought 4 braces and something else and then sold the majority of them.
Dusk in trouble
very
bottom,
good in laning stage.
but he gets out again. PYW with the snowball
nice.
onto the creeps. He's just staying safe. The 2-man ganked PYW, by the way, on the lane, and he just survives it and then keeps farming there, and they run away because they think he has backup. This is next level mind games, dude. He's just playing as though he had friends. I mean, I guess he has friends, but he had no teammates nearby. So yeah, that was confidence play right there. It's like poker. Sometimes you gotta bluff.
Play the hand you have.
Yeah. He was playing aces right there, dude. At least pretending it. So the Ursa does have Battle Fury and 400 golds. Going for that Blink first item. He is still needing more time to farm in the jungle though. Big item coming up is going to be the Yules here on the Phoenix. Fantastic item to have against the Ursa, against the Ember. Really, really great tool to have. And also gives him a way to stop the Snapfire from ulting. In case he ever sees a chance to like dive in and use the Snapfire.
There's still a lot of emphasis to protect this Ursa, right?
Yeah.
Put heroes up here, guard him with the Rubik and a little Kobold scouting out as well. Well, the rest of VP pressing into mid. Underlord, Ember Spirit shoving that creep wave a little further forward.
Can't be scouting with the Kobold. Who's going to be prospecting? You got to send it to your Ursa. He needs the money.
He's at 20 GPM or whatever it is. First stun up from Echoes. Snowball to follow, but Squadix slide a fist and Remnant away. The kisses coming into play now as well onto the Dragon Knight. Echoes barely surviving, getting blasted by Mortimer's kisses and dead to Antares' Rubik, who is also a dragon. Flapping his wings, coming over the cliff tops, thinking about playing aggressively up the staircase here with a slight of fist
coming around.
Two caught up. In comes the dive and Supernova though. Problems for VP. New is blown up though on the backline as Kiritich gets involved. PYW being shredded by this Snapfire now, and the Supernova was dodged successfully. Virtus.pro, very good job playing this back and forth fight.
Yeah, that was some real big value there, and having the Ember just zooming in and out, you know, very difficult to go on. They tried to burst him at the start of that fight, but we saw the Snapfire Kisses come in, protect him, and they reset the fight into something really good. And also the Ursa with the threat there, just going around, made it so that they couldn't hold the high ground on LGD. And looks like Dragon Knight is gonna go for a Hurricane Pike second item. You know, of course, the item builds on Dragon Knight have evolved a lot. You used to have the Aghanim Scepter Manta build. Those are, of course, obsolete now. But Hurricane Pike, a really nice item to have against this Pit of Malice, against the Ursa. I think this is a smart choice.
Yeah, good stats, good range. That's him chip away at towers kind of safely as well. And in terms of numbers, this game dead even. 13 to 13, not much net worth difference between these two teams. In map-wise, definitely, like you were saying, right? The tier ones are all still standing, and it's been a massive struggle for VP to get involved there.
The fact that VP still have like a slight lead, you know, however small, in net worth though, means that they're doing really good, because they lost 3 towers and they're still staying competitive in gold. So utilizing the map really well.
And keeping this Ursa tucked away. Well, he died 3 times in like the first 6 or 7 minutes, and now he's just been sitting back.
Been used onto the Ember.
Ember Spirit, yeah, caught up there.
Aye. That's of course why you pick this hero, and you just showing the value there of the Blink Dagger. Finds a nice Doom, and you know, it's a long cooldown, but it's really impactful to be able to bring down this slippery hero so easily.
Well, they did like 300 damage to that bottom tower. How dare you? You've come and touched our objectives, we're going to kill you for it.
Yeah, still sticking around, it seems. VP putting a few heroes here. Have the Blink Ursa ready.
I guess it's like theoretically Roshan time soon, but they're jumping onto Antares here with the Dragon Knight. Should be able to net them a kill on this Rubik as new. Oh, runs forward, but a 4-staff down to low ground. There we go with a Sunray. Burn the Rubik down. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, FNG being snowballed upon. The fire, the ice, everything there from LGD.
It was a very risky move to try and play bottom after just losing your Ember down there. That means you don't have your strongest hero. So they were hoping that LGD were, you know, gonna split up after the kill and just go back to farming, but they were still playing close together, and they punished them really hard. That's also time invested for Ursa. Even though he didn't die, he ran there, stood around for a while, and then ran away. All that really hurts when you're playing carry.
Desperately scrambling for BKB. TPing top. Is it Roshan time now? Looks like it.
30
the
seconds.
Radiant scan him immediately. Oh, they pinged it. They know.
Yeah, they're moving there. They have the egg as well, so could put that next to the Roche pit.
Can Venge get here? I don't think they're contesting this.
He has TP, but he's not using it. He wants to go to the gate.
Well, they've caught out the Phoenix. Tons of roots there. Inside the Firestorm. Wants to dive away, and Roshan. This is in the hands of VP.
That's why you got Atos as well. So valuable in Underlord. I absolutely love people going for this as a first item on Underlord, because you have a serious threat. And now, going bottom, Venge has to be careful here.
The Mortimer's Kisses, the long-range covering fire. And Shiro, yeah, swapping now through the stun, but looks like she's just completely surrounded. Not expecting that swift move, going to be losing both of her lives. Hero and the illusion cleared out as Virtus.pro making their mark on this game now. The Ursa more than unlocked. Curatic top of the net worth, and he's a beast.
Yeah, he's coming back, and this is why Ursa is one of the more successful heroes in the current patch as well, right? You get the Battle Fury, and you have both really fast farming, and you have great fighting. So even if you don't have the value of like super early blink, I think this is still the way to go. Just build yourself into a more reliable mid-game, late-game. And he's gonna go over and secure his team, the Tormentor here. Just need to wait for the overpower, I think. Wait for it to come back off cooldown, then he can go for it, use his ulti. He should be able to take it. He's even getting some help. A little shredder. Snap has to be careful though, takes a lot of damage.
Yeah, put the minus armor debuff on it and let the Ursa take the rest.
Yeah, quickly takes it out, so Curatic getting a shard for his Rubik. Meanwhile, we saw the shard going towards Phoenix for LGD, who also took their Tormentor. Both these seems very diligent about getting Tormentor taken early.
Yeah, game one as well, right? It was like synchronized. As soon as Tormentor was up, it's like, right,
Both teams.
Off we go, lads.
Yeah, I mean, it's very nice to be able to do it as soon as possible, right? Otherwise, you're just wasting value. It's like not taking Roche when you're ahead. If you don't take Roche, you're not speeding up the second Roche. You're not getting to the point of, you know, maybe cracking high ground. You really want to play for those objectives when you can. And I think they did a good job doing it with pretty minimal resources on VP here. Just bringing over the Ursa is very simple.
Got a big smoke for VP now as well. They want towers.
Oh, the swap.
Antares and the lift to stop the dive. Good grab on the Phoenix, so that's tier 1 mid for them.
That's so terrifying. A Rubik with Eye of the Vizier with swap. Like, how do you stay safe? The range of this thing.
And you're being swapped into an Ursa as well, right? Like into a Pit of Malice, into an Ursa.
Yeah. And he had range to very quickly telekinesis as well. I think he immediately dove after getting swapped there, but he just got lifted.
Yep.
No way out of that one.
Absolutely not. Oh,
No
another big
way
timing
out.
here.
Puts down a gate for his team to join him. Noticed, says,
Come
yeah, I'll
down.
call my buddies.
PYW, where are you snowballing off to this time, buddy?
The escape
Blink
artist.
to the right-hand side, pops the drums, but the Ursa's on his tail.
Any shards?
Nice,
Nice shards.
Ooh, good block there.
Oh, they
Just
full block him.
delaying the teddy bear picnic down in his bottom right corner, but they got the Pit of Malice, and there's the multi-routes to come into play from the Underlord.
You gotta give it to him, though. He juked and jived. He did what he could there on Tusk. It was a good run, but ultimately kind of hard to get away from all those heroes and all those resources committed.
And what has caused this game to kind of tip on its head so heavily? Is it Shiro's kind of inability to join the fights, or Kiritich just unlocking his potential nicely for VP?
I think a lot of it comes back to Antares for me. I think he's, you know, he has died a few times, but he has also been really good at setting up a lot of things for his team. And like you mentioned, of course, Kiritich is playing really active here on his Ursa. And the Venge, I'm not sure what power spike they're going to play around. He has the Aghanims, but we haven't seen them really group up and go with it the way I expected. Because this is a very, very fight-heavy itemization. When you go Aghanim's second item, you don't want to just be farming with it. Like, it's a decent stat item for a Universal Hero, but he wants to join these fights. The smoke gank coming into the other smoke here.
DK popped.
Yeah, revealed.
Ursa just waiting on that staircase, looking to jump someone.
I was surprised he didn't insta-blink there. He had BKB and Aegis. I thought the Ursa would just fly in and, like, you know, let the pieces fall.
The lift. The root, the chains, in comes the Pit of Malice, and Kiritich opening up, but the swap there saves with a snowball to buy a bit of time as well. Sunray burning through the Ursa a little bit. Scrappy
the
fight
roots.
here, but some good sleight of fist with the roots out as Ember Spirit, dealing with Shiro and killing the Venge off the first time. Now PYW in trouble as well. Ursa just swipes through 2 in a row as the Ember Spirit rejoins. Thinks about the go onto DK. Echoes caught up in another root, another swap required from Shiro.
This
That is
stun.
Pit of Malice with telekinesis, Rod of Atos, sleight of fist with the chains. You can't move anywhere.
Yeah, so much root. They even put the snowball on top of the Pit of Malice, and they got the stolen Vengeful Magic Missile with Shard on the Rubik, so he's double stunning. Yeah, crazy stuff going on. Of course, we saw Ursa was enabled a lot in that fight with all that disable happening. He had a good time just slapping down on his opponents. Aegis is going to be reclaimed right now, but looks like he's still going to go for the Basher next item. Already has the BKB, of course. This is a timing to maybe go on him. No Aegis, BKB on cooldown. Are they going to catch this opportunity?
They'll go for it. Oh, he blinks, but not quite fast enough. They've got the Fiend's Gate coming, a cookie and a force staff. He's drifting all over the place. Left, right, up, down, duking up the northern side now. Ursa with some TPs arriving. Can he survive this? Kiritich. Doom is about to end. They've kept him alive. Force staffed away.
He made it.
Ursa's still up and running. He's away. Mech used. He's fine.
Yeah, and he's just screaming to his team, get out, get out. You know, he had the TP already, so... Wow, that is a very impressive job keeping him alive there. The shard on the Rubik coming in again, helping out.
And the multiple force staffs as well. Like,
That is a big blow. Big blow to LGD, though. Not getting that kill, you really needed it.
I can see back that mid-fight as well. Kiritich playing very nice back and forth. These are Pits of Malice, though. Very irritating. You're rooted in the pit. You're rooted with a slight chains. Now back to live. Another
Yeah,
root
you
there
just can't
coming in.
move.
You can't go anywhere. Stuck in the mud. Getting bogged down. Phoenix will survive that initial onslaught from Virtus.pro. Now, Ursa's mid lane, so chance here for LGD to chase some enemies and maybe take some names. And diving forward, but another pit and kisses coming means PYW. Oh, he gets a little movement there to allow the snowball to come in.
Okay,
He's
nice.
still gonna die.
FNG puts the ulti onto the catapult that he already is aiming for. Burn damage makes it so he can't insta-blink. Ursa not gonna connect on anyone here as the Yules comes out to save. Ping out that there's some vision. We have items coming in. Lincoln's now on the Ember. Basher on the Ursa. Huge timings.
Another Gleipnir soon as well as Ember Spirit's eyeing one up.
Radiant's top tower.
And Dragon Knight has kind of struggled. This blink initiation hasn't worked out for him. And now the DK is being run at here and taken down by Kiritich. Another kill for this hungry Ursa.
Going for the tower now. I mean, everything is falling apart for LGD here. They haven't really hit their timing. This is a little bit akin to what we saw last game with the Alchemist not really able to take over early game. Again, if you pick Venge carry, you don't want to be losing the early game this hard. And a lot of it is the carry difference right now. The Ursa is just absolutely tearing through people, whereas the Venge, we mostly just see her use a swap and then she kind of dies. She's never allowed to auto-attack at all in any of these fights.
Yeah, she feels like a position 5 Venge with items.
Yeah, she actually
swapping
does.
the Doom to save and then dying.
I bet you if we had like a look at damage dealt in this game right now, I don't think Venge is going to be in the top 5 even. Like, she's not able to do stuff.
It's going to be wildly low. And VP now emerging with a 7k lead. Well, there is that damage dealt.
Oh, we do have it. Nice. Yeah. Okay, so, you know, is doing some decent damage, but still lower than the entire enemy team and one of his teammates. So he's 6th or what? Yeah, 7th.
7th. Oh, rough stuff. Well, 5 seconds left for Roshan to respawn as well with a bottled amplified damage for Squadix. This game now feels like it's got VP's name written all over it. They struggled to cross the river in the first 20 minutes, but these past 5 or 6 minutes, just being storming it up, running enemies non-stop.
Yeah, also showing the difficulty. Like, Ursa is a hero that, you know, somewhat you can kill him with Doom, but he also is pretty good against Doom in some ways. If he manages to quickly use his ulti or use his BKB during the Doom to stay alive, he can sometimes be a tricky one to kill.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
I'm just gonna go for Roche here. Roche screams for help across the map, but there's no help coming. Radiants are not near enough to contest. Triple bounty rune found for Doom here. Sounds a little one piece.
Roshan has fallen.
Straight through the gate. Oh, they found Phoenix. Flying small down and out.
I love this item on Underlord, the Aghanim Scepter. The extra AoE on the Pit of Malice and also Pit of Malice on the Fiend's Gate. So good for catching people. So using that to catch the Phoenix there. That's them a kill. I don't see a... I don't know. I don't really see a play. It seems like LGD are just confused as well as what they're supposed to do. Venge is just farming. She has her Manta style now. I guess her timing is just going to be farm for a butterfly. But right now, they're just getting picked off all over the map. PYW now. Maybe he finds a way to blink to safety here.
Yeah.
Oh, Antares is on his case.
And Rubik's found him. He's got a snowball. He wanted to go to the mud golems. He's trying it. That's optimistic. Yeah, he tries it. Yeah, I don't know, man. It kind of comes back to what we were talking about at the start of the day. You know, communication, that shot calling of situations, and just simple things like "I am strong." I'm looking at LGD and wondering, like, who on their team is saying "I am strong" right now?
I think everybody's saying I'm weak.
Yeah,
I think
right.
This is the opposite. Everyone is like, I don't have the items to deal with everything that we're being threatened with here. The Gleipnir, Mage Slayer, Lincoln's Ember is, you know, a real threat here as well. We talk a lot about Ursa, but Squadix on his Ember, you know, I said it before the series started, he plays really, really well on these Spirit heroes. He's 2-1-11 this game, having a very good, kind of silent impact in a lot of these fights.
Chipping away at people, rooting them up.
Setting up bottom
Maybe getting
now.
a catch, setting up down and bottom. Yeah, new. The Fiend's Gate is here, and that means the rest of VP are arriving on the scene of the crime. A kill for Squadix, new dead for 50 seconds. And now they swing and pivot straight back up to top. Force stabs and dives away from this Phoenix and the Venge. But look at Antares. The man you've been shouting out requires a swap from the Venge. Kiritich being focused. PYW being blown up, though, as the Mortimer's kisses land in, raining hellfire onto LGD. Shiro shredded. Dead for 70. Aegis claimed up, but LGD just running out of gas here. And numbers are dwindling as the Ursa comes in, and Makes the Phoenix extinct, forced to buy back, double buyback here. Shiro in the thick of things, right in the middle,
my God.
dying back. That's a disaster.
Maybe you can
This
get
might
swapped
just be
still?
game
Oh, he used
over,
it already.
honestly. Echoes is dropping quickly. Shiro's Vengeful Spirit Illusion and the Kiradich arriving. Dive forward from the Phoenix. Going to accomplish very little here. They get a Yule Scepter on the Ursa, but no Venge for 80. Phoenix being chased and hounded by Squadix. Finished off by the little Shredder and the final tap of this Ember Spirit.
I mean, this is just looking brutal. I don't know how they can ever fight the Vengeful buying back there and dying as well. Surprised we don't even, see him continue the push here as the Venge is dead with no way to come back. Looking like they want to steal the Tormentor, but a little bit of a risky move perhaps. Without Underlord around, he is a pretty good centerpiece to these fights for them. Damage reduction from his aura and the pipe.
And his roots, man. His Aghanim Scepter Underlord with roots on his pit, roots out of the Atos. You can't do a damn thing.
Yeah.
Area control, just zoning people out, holding them in place.
And there's more bad news on the horizon. There's a Nullifier on the Ursa now. So I said Nullifier is good against Ursa. It's also pretty good on Ursa. Now the Yule Scepter and Force Staff on the Phoenix. They're not really going to do a whole lot. And yeah, he's going to be pretty spooky here.
I mean, tremendous comeback from Kiradich, honestly. After that laning stage, I was, moments away from just writing VP off.
Yeah, it looked really bad, but they did a great job at like finding a way back in for him. They did good moves, and that's where I was trying to like highlight. I think Antares and his rotations have been really good in this game. Him and FNG, they've been doing a good job working their way back in. FNG, by the way, has a Hurricane Pike, and he has the Growbow as well, so his auto attack range is crazy. He's able to do a lot with this low Shredder right now. And he's 2 levels away from that level 20.
Oh, yeah. He just needs to see the Supernova, doesn't he? He's got range for it, just needs vision of it.
Yeah, I mean, that would be nice. He also doesn't even need to hit the Supernova. He can just shred the heroes as well. Strong enough to cut through some things here with the help of his teams. Lotus Orb on the Underlord, by the way. So, even more problems. Everything is single target on the side of LGD. You got the Venge stun, you got the DK stun, you got the Doom. This is gonna be tricky to target down the Ursa if he gets Lotus Orb.
Oh, the DK is being pinged out bottom.
He's working his way towards Daedalus. He's optimistic for some damage. They need to add something because they know the Venge carry is really not doing that much right now.
Him and POW just relegated to farming enemy ancients and pushing out waves. Might have to cut that bottom wave to try and hold them back.
Radiant's bottom tower
But yeah, I don't know. I just keep thinking back to FNG's little interviews he had with Purge earlier on and talking about, Dota isn't lost off the back of one mistake, right? Having that ability to recover from a mistake, not allow things to kind of fester or snowball out of control. Recovering from that is such a valuable asset to have in your team. And just like the mental resilience, like, losing your safe lane. It's called the safe lane, and it wasn't safe for VP. Yeah. Coming back into this match and really solidifying themselves as potentially victorious has been tremendous.
Courier spots Echo here. It went over him, so he has to get out right now. He knows that he's been spotted, gets to a safe spot, and TP's out. But yeah, like you said, losing yourself and then finding your footing again is a good commentary on this series so far for VP. They lost the first game in a pretty, significant manner, I want to say. It didn't really feel that great for them, and they did look a little bit lost. But here, game 2, 18,000 gold lead right now. They have everything going for them, and they don't have the best, don't have the best high ground hitters, so they're patiently waiting for the next Roche respawn. They need to kill heroes. That's the only way they push, really. But they're not stressed at all. They feel like they're farming a lot and getting massive, and why would they go high ground without Aegis here?
Don't make any rash decisions.
Especially into a Venge swap, and Doom and stuff. It's dangerous. Get
like a high ground Supernova.
Yeah. They're also storing up the cheese, fermenting the cheese on Ember. Soon the next Roche is available. Oh, they saw Doom. He walked over a ward. He's in danger.
Oh, straight into the root. Oh, he doesn't get the slide of fit. He's got BKB as well, but that's BKB forced out of the Doom.
And barely gets out because Ursa was ready to blink him there and try to bash him as well. BKB or not, Ursa is still a threat.
Yeah, true. And pretty nifty Dire observable there, watching the retreat as well. A couple of bits of vision and catching glimpse of the Doom. And also looking into that Radiant base a little bit.
They got some really good vision out for sure. Those wards down bottom, I think, are really crucial. Gonna help them a lot if they want to play for high ground at all. PYW again, just farming creep waves here. This is where Ember could do a good job of catching heroes. Looks like he's gonna get out safely.
It's like, does he stick around to go for the next wave though? Like,
He probably does, right? Like, cheeky little player. He does have a ward nearby as well, so he can see if someone's running around looking for him. He might see the Ember right now. Gets a vision on him. He's like, oh, this is not safe. Okay, I'll go into a tree line again.
where are you, Squadix? You just popping the drums.
Yeah.
And boots of bearing, I guess.
Playing a little bit of a horror game here. It goes back. This is, again, Dead by Daylight mode.
Look over his shoulder.
I mean, this is the club championships for games, right? He's trying to win Dead by Daylight and Dota here.
Just drop us into some PUBG Mobile or something. Go and pick up some guns on the opposite side of the map. Go grab a car. Get us into the circle.
Dota.
Can you imagine if the Dota map shrunk? Like every 5 minutes, the Dota map got smaller and smaller.
I wonder which hero would scale best with that. That's an interesting question.
Bristleback. I don't know.
Techie's player smiles. Aghanims purchased.
Big old minefield.
Finally, you're just fighting on the mid lane, the 2 towers and the river. Yeah, we have a little bit of a lull here, but Roche will spawn in 120 right now. He keeps kind of running around. We have ninja gear on the Ursa, so he's able to run around and hunt a lot. Another Lotus Orb picked up. The Lotus on the Rubik as well, so Lotus double again. Similar to last game.
Pretty nice moves from LGD to really drag this game out. You know, could have already come to a close, but they're pushing out, cutting waves. PYW did get scouted over in the Ancients, placing down sentries and stuff, because there's lots of vision here from Virtus.pro to try and catch him.
There's
trying with the shivers, but
there's a huge power spike, by the way. They have Butterfly and they have Elven Tunic. Oh, bottom. They're trying, but not gonna connect on Ember here. So she has double evasion sources on the bench right now, putting her at 45% evasion. And Ursa does not have an MKB. Oh, he does got it now. Okay, never mind. The power spike's over. He already had it. He's so rich, man. He just recently picked up his Nullifier. He already has the MKB coming out.
And it's like Nullifier, Abyssal Blade, yeah.
And the power spike is over.
Right?
Yeah, you had like maybe 20 seconds there. You could have done something with it.
Look, she just got the Aviana's Feather as well, man.
Oh no. He hasn't seen the Ursa yet. He hasn't seen that he has MKB. Man. So he committed for the Aviana's Feather, which he may not have done if he knew the MKB is already up.
Pain.
But Ursa is playing off map a lot right now, just sitting in Fog of War, so they don't have the updated information. Pick up bottom. PYW just doing what he's been doing. Finally, they do get him here.
BKB.
Bench has to be careful. They're coming back.
God, this could be big. Vengeful Spirit, who do you swap?
Put him in there.
Phoenix, go die for me. I think Shiro's realized that you're going to stand and fight. You're getting blasted by the Morty's kisses.
Oh, he dies anyway.
You got buyback on the Tusk and the Phoenix. You've died on the Venge with no buyback, it looks like. 80 seconds without her. And VP are on your doorstep, chasing onto Echo's DK. Sentry dropped, placed down, and they've got control here for days. Echoes not quite trapped inside the Pit of Malice, but rooted up nonetheless. And tier 3 is going to get opened up here by VP.
This is some you make best situation out of no situation moment right here. You swap your Phoenix, and then you die anyway. Poor Phoenix thrown under the bus. Looking at the cleave from the Underlord right now is pretty funny. Isn't that 300s on the Atrophy Aura? Already that cleave is pretty massive.
Skadoosh. Yeah. Dunking on people from a million miles away. I mean, who's left here? We've got Doom and Tusk. Smoked
Doom without Doom. Is he even Doom anymore? I don't know. He kind of lost his core personality there.
Yep. Gonna have to pop off to a government official and get a name change here to Dead.
Yeah, it's okay to be a fan of something, but when you make it your entire personality, Doom, kind of detracts from your personality. Oh my god.
The Dota version of the Stanley Cup, the people.
It truly is.
Those freaking water cups with the straws. Oh, I don't get it. Oh yeah, VP here, striking back. Mega Creeps claimed. Vengeful Spirit just respawns, but it looks like LGD down in the dumps here in game 2. I really struggle to see any way of coming back.
I mean, they gotta go on Ursa. They can't go on anyone else. If Ursa's not gone on, then they just lose.
But the shiny circles around them, they're lotused up, they're clapping over the igloo, getting away from the ice shards, and Squadix just hitting buildings. Dragon Knight and Venge trying to manta
More
and
roots.
stand their ground to get away from the roots of this Pit of Malice. And this Dragon Knight has to BKB just to survive, never mind fight, as the Vengeful Spirits go pretty deep here, turned on by the Ursa, dead for 90 seconds.
They
And
can't
lights
move.
out
Look at
for
that
LGD
ulti. So nice.
in game 2. Oh man, VP, incredible comeback story for them to tie things up here, as it looks like a couple of buybacks. LGD will try and punch back, but they just do not have the firepower.
Yeah.
It's the little shredder. The Snapfire brings the artillery, and Virtus.pro will tie this series up to 1-1.
Yeah, 1-for-1 is going to be a result. Oh, the dragon drops down here as the throne disappears. Some funny visuals. Yeah, ultimately...
What's that Venge? Did you see that?
What happened with the Venge?
Venge is like flying over